Take two. This is my second time doing this video because I posted on the wrong social media platform. And so I had to delete it and post it on the right platform. Well, I get to practice. Let's just call that practice. State Representative Maurice West, 67th District in Illinois. Hope you had a good weekend. I hope that you're having a happy Monday so far. I will be leaving for Springfield tonight around 8:30 p.m. after I get everything squared away, not just here at the office, but in my personal life. But before I leave, I wanted to share with you some things. So I have a couple more bills that I wanted to share with you, but I'm not going to do that today. I want to talk to you about resolutions, House resolutions that I've filed. Because I still have some bills that I need to clear and get in the filing process so that I can share a lengthy, well, not too lengthy, a list of bills for you. But for your knowing, for your understanding, a resolution is the official expression of the opinion or will of a legislative body. And so whatever we feel is necessary and something that either we need to work on or the federal government needs to work on, that's a resolution. So I filed 3 of them that I want to share with you, and I will put the link for all 3 in the comments section after I'm done. So the first one is HR 647. HR, House Resolution 647. This one is called Toxic Stress in Childhood. Acknowledges that toxic stress and adverse childhood experiences can have significantly negative short-term, long-term, and generational impacts, and that early interventions through trauma-informed care is the most efficient and cost-effective way to combat these impacts. This resolution urges the Illinois State Legislature to seek out opportunities to enhance legislation through the science of resiliency and a trauma-informed lens and funding around early intervention services for children and families that centers the principles of brain development, the intimate connection between mental and physical health, and the concepts of toxic stress and adverse childhood experiences. This is huge, especially for those of our children who suffer from what we call hood PTSD. This really helps us to understand what's going on so that we can make a difference, make a change in not just in their environment, but know how to have that conversation with our children mentally. All right. So that's House Resolution 647. And I received this idea from a constituent of mine, from you. And like I said before, the success that we are able to bring forth in this state genuinely and should come from you, come from us picking up our phones, meeting with you, seeing what's on your mind, and seeing how the state can help you with what's concerning you. So that was House Resolution 647. The next one is House Resolution 683, Loan Forgiveness for Farming. So for those of you, my Rockford family, you know we're an urban city. We are a big city. And all around us is pretty much farmland. What some of us may not know is 75% of Illinois is farmland. This House resolution urges the United States Congress to expand the public service loan forgiveness program so that it includes farming as an applicable career for loan forgiveness. The number of beginning farmers that we have has decreased dramatically. It's fell 20% in 5 years' time, which means our youth are not growing up desiring to be farmers. And we need to change that because we can't take for granted the produce we see in the grocery store. Thank you, farmers. So this is making it more of an incentive to become a farmer, adding farming as part of the public service loan forgiveness program. So that's House Resolution 683. The last one I want to share with you is House Joint Resolution 95. And when it says joint, it essentially means it needs to pass the House and the Senate. The Senate and the House need to agree on this resolution. The other two only the House, the chamber that I'm in, as state representative, needs to agree. So this one is on teen mental health, support for teen mental health. It urges Illinois schools to provide education for all students in grades 6 to 12 on how to identify, understand, and respond to signs of addictions and mental illnesses, as well as provide instruction for how to help someone who is developing a mental health problem or experiencing a mental health crisis. Commends the National Council for Behavioral Health and the Illinois Association for Behavioral Health for their work in developing and directing teen mental health first aid training programs for schools. I saw this article today, and I should have looked it up since this is my second time doing it. I saw this article that essentially said the number of veterans in a short time frame that have committed suicide is more than the number of veterans that we lost, or number of warriors and heroes that we lost during Vietnam. And that number is still as high as well with our youths, the number of people who commit suicide. And so I'm making it a point to bring mental illness in the forefront of all of our discussions. Bring mental illness in the forefront of where we appropriate funding. Mental illness has no respect of person. It doesn't care if you are a Republican or a Democrat. Mental illness doesn't care if you are black or white. It doesn't care if you make $30,000, $20,000 a year to $1 million, $2 million a year. We've seen the news of people who we thought were living good committing suicide. We have to take this make this a grave importance, very important to us, and not look at it as negative. Instead of chastising and making people feel bad for how they feel, make sure they know that there's resources out there to help them. And so that was House Joint Resolution 95.